What's up, Rose Adventures family? Today is officially April the 7th. I don't know if you guys see that, but yeah, April 7th. And you know what that means? Today is officially the day for the 30th anniversary for a Goofy movie. Wow, 30 years. I can't even believe that it's came this fast. 30 years is a long time for a movie that honestly was shocking. This movie is actually a lot. It means a lot to me. I know it might mean a lot to a lot of you guys. Trust me. People like Straw Hat Goofy, shout out, man. Cleo Thomas, shout out. A lot of people around the world love Goofy movie, and I know for a fact I am a huge fan of Goofy movie. I love the music of it, especially Eye to Eye and Stand Out, of course, by Powerline himself. I mean, come on. I love the fact that it's a whole father-son story, and it meant the world to me. So, I figured this video is going to be more about the review of what I saw. And last night around 12 a.m. on Disney Plus, they finally released the awesome documentary, Not Just a Goof. Yeah, so I watched a documentary last night called Not Just a Goof. And let me tell you guys, it's awesome to see how that movie started out and became something more than what people expected it to be back in the year of 1995. A lot of you millennials out there who were born in the 90s, I was born 96, a year later. I know, I understand, I'm so sorry. A lot of you may say I might not be a 90s kid, but I'm a 90s kid. It's set in stone. I did see this movie a little bit later on, maybe past the 90s or within the 90s. I can't remember, but I do remember watching the movie, and it was such an amazing movie. At first, I was like, oh, it's just Goofy. You know, what can a Goofy movie be about? Then I watched it, and then I was like, oh my god, this movie's awesome. And then it hit me. I was like, you know, as a Disney fan growing up, watching Lion King, all those Disney movies, it was just an epic thing to watch. Now for me, I would say the biggest thing that I took out of it was the whole, oh, I'm just like Max. And I've heard this a lot around Twitter, Instagram, fans around the world. Yes, when you watch a Goofy movie, you get the perspective as a kid of Max Goof. You guys already know the deal if you're within your teenage years already right now, or even past your teenage years. Max Goof is the type of kid that you want to basically be. When you're younger, you think he's super cool, he's got this swag, he's just dripping ooze, he's dripping swag, he's dripping all of that. As you kids nowadays say, Riz. For me, Max is such an amazing character when it comes to trying to relate to a kid. Because you think, oh, my parents are like so this and that, and they're not, you know, it's all that stuff. I would say that Max Goof is a little bit more than what you think. Max was more of the type of kid that didn't want to grow up like his parents, and basically just didn't want to be like his dad at all. I'm not going to spoil the movie. I'm just giving my little quick tidbits. Trust me. For a lot of you guys out there who are adults now, like moi, some of you can now watch the movie like I did the other day with my little sister and realize we're a little bit more like Goofy than you think. Goofy's whole thing in the movie, of course, if a lot of you remember, was that he was more of a dad who just wanted to protect his child. And to think of that, like, I can remember growing up, I was like, man, my mom won't let me do this, or my dad won't let me do this, you know, things like that. But as I got older, it was like, well, shoot, I'm glad my parents didn't want me to do these certain things. Yeah, I didn't get those kinds of experiences and stuff like that, but I turned out fine. In all honesty, though, I can understand the perspective of Goofy now more because I'm an adult. And seeing my little sister, who's now 6 years old, I can turn around and be like, well, dang, I know why she's acting this way. I can actually communicate with her better than I know. She might not want to communicate with me. She's in the kid era of, I can do this by myself. I want to do this and I want to do that. And so it's one of those things where it's like, of course. reminds me of myself being a kid. Henceforth, she is now in my life the Max Goof. The one thing I can say is, if you have not seen Not Just a Goof, I want you guys to take your time and really watch the documentary. And the reason why I say that is because it's crazy to realize all the things that I saw. I stayed up last night after watching a Goofy movie and after watching a couple other movies. But I stayed up last night up until like maybe 2 a.m. because I was like, oh, the movie's out. I should watch this. And when I watched this, I couldn't believe all the little choices that were like, whoa, like, where did this come from? I'm not going to spoil all of it, but I know one thing that happened was apparently there was an option, and it's so bizarre to me since I heard it. There was an option. Sorry. There was an option where Goofy, the voice actor for Goofy, I'm forgetting his name, I'm sorry, but awesome guy. The voice actor for Goofy had did all his lines as Goofy. You know, the yuck, hey guys, you know, all of that. And then they showed it to the director, and the director turns and goes, no, I want to see him do it in his voice. Or, let's get Tom Cruise. And I was like, huh? I was like, I turned and I said, that's so bizarre. And to think, like, that probably would have killed the movie. No, it would have killed the movie. I'm so happy they didn't do that. I'm so happy the voice actor was able to get some sleep. When you guys get to that part, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm so happy the voice actor was able to do all the things he wanted to do, and I'm happy the choices that were made for this film. I am appalled by some of the things that. This is one of my things that happens with movies nowadays. That's why I'm like, I don't trust critics like that. I trust the voice of people. And the reason why I trust the voice of people is because me as a film fan, I love watching movies, and I'll make my own decision on whether or not I think the movie's good. Back in the day, I don't think people could really take and understand the idea of, oh, Goofy has a movie. And I get it. It's Goofy. I remember back in the day, Goofy being the goofiest character of all time. He had shorts, he had all these crazy little wacky things he did as a character. And it's understandable. For all the people out back in the day, you guys destroyed this movie. And it outlived all your negative hate towards the movie. It goes to show that with any movie coming out, the best thing you can do is make your own decision on whether or not you think it's going to be a good film versus somebody else thinking it's going to be a good film. And trust me, I know what you're about to say. Oh no, Jay, why are you telling us that, like, the critics are wrong, the critics are wrong? Most of the time they're wrong. I'm just going to be honest. So, when it comes down to me watching movies or anything like that, I always take the open-minded approach. If there's a movie that I know that I'm going to like, I'll go for it, I'll go watch it. I'm going to have a good time, see what happens. If there's a movie that's bad, people will turn to me sometimes and be like, wait, you thought it was bad? Of course I thought it was bad. If I think it's bad, it's bad. That's just how, you form your own opinion on movies. And to me, I wish I could laugh at every person's face who completely gave a negative review on this movie. Because this movie has basically exploded over the past 30 years and has proven time and time and again, even with the newest younger generation going into my time when the movie came out, 96, you have to understand that this movie has touched so many different people when it comes to understanding a parent's perspective from a child's eyes, or understanding a child. Sorry about that, guys. I'll try to keep it one-on-one based because my light kind of just died on me, so bear with me. I guess to cut things short, the biggest thing I can say is the golden rule of don't judge a book by its cover is a big thing. I can honestly say Goofy movie has surpassed all expectations of what people thought back in the day, and it's the reason why it is a living legend of a movie right now, a Disney classic. For all of you who have never seen this movie, please go watch this movie, and if you don't get it the first time, rewatch it again. If you want to watch it with your kids, be my guest. It honestly is it's an awesome feeling to watch it with someone younger knowing that you're older now. Or it's an awesome feeling to watch it knowing that you're older and you can kind of relive seeing yourself again through your child's eyes or a younger sibling's eyes. Whatever it may be. I want to give this review of not only Goofy movie, but this review of, for me, my review for not just a Goof, that documentary has opened my eyes to so much stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. I'm not big on documentaries like that, but 9 out of 10 because of the fact of I came out of high school loving film. Seeing it from an animator's perspective is a very different thing. And it's so much work and effort, and seeing all the work that you guys, the director, the cast of Goofy movie, the people who made Goofy movie what it is, I applaud you guys. You guys hit everything on the nail. You guys have surpassed a goal of just staying alive in time. I want to thank you guys so much because it means the world not only to me but to a bunch of fans, as you can see, for these 30 years of just an amazing way you guys made this movie. And without your choices of making this animated masterpiece, I don't think most of us would have any clue of what good animation can be. I'm sorry, that's a bold statement. But I just in general, like, something as close as hitting, to the heart. This movie I can watch with my little sister, and it kind of opens a whole perspective, and she talks to me and asks me questions, and I answer her questions, and it opens up that communication barrier that you may or may not have. You never know. So I won't keep going bragging into this, but just know I love this movie with all my heart. I'm going to go ahead and end this off by saying happy 30th Goofy movie. I love you as a fan. I loved you as a little kid. I love you for being the best movie in my entire life. And I will always love you and share you with my children, my children's children, basically when I become a grandfather. I'll share it with my little sister for all the times we want to watch it together right now while she's still in this young age. I appreciate this movie, and it means the world to me. With that being said, thank you for listening to this review. Thank you for listening to my little rant. I know it was a little bit of a rant and a review, but thank you for listening to it anyways. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked anything that I said or loved anything, I would definitely love to hear your comments. That way I can kind of see another perspective, or as Goofy movies say, see how you guys see it from eye to eye. I just want to hear you guys' perspective through the comments, so that way we can go ahead and visually understand how everybody perceives the movie. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked anything I talked about, or understand anything that's going to be happening pretty soon, you can always hit me up in my comments. I'll try to answer as best as I can. I'm glad we could see this eye to eye, as a little joke. And I hope that you guys stick around and see all the new content coming pretty soon. Alright guys, Well, with that being said, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you guys. Rose Adventures out. Peace.